Morning, everyone. Welcome to the briefing for Wednesday, the 17th of July. Sorry, the slight delay there. The internet is really not playing ball today. Okay, synoptic situation. If we just wind it back to yesterday, you can see low pressure influencing the weather with loads of fronts and trough lines around. Winding it forward today, we've got high pressure building from the south, bringing with it quite a nice soaring day by the looks of it. A very light breeze from the southwest and much more settled weather than we've had. Continuing on to tomorrow, still under the influence of this high pressure, but we have got more low pressure systems and associated fronts moving in from the west, essentially going through in time for Friday, although showing us quite weak features. So Friday still could be reasonable. A very weak cold front here. And going into the weekend, possibly a little bit unpredictable, a couple of fronts over the top of us, but showing as, again, some weaker features there. So we'll see how we get on there Sunday. Looks like the wind might be increasing a little bit, but not looking too bad. Yeah, internet's really not having it today. Winds today are looking quite light. I wish I could tell you what they were exactly. Looking at the cloud radar, yeah, you see over the last hour or so, remaining cloud is slowly burning off. Quite a clear area at Lasham, a little bit more cloud out to the west, and that's probably what's going to be reducing the soaring in that area today. But much clearer in the Lasham area and up to the north, and of course over London as usual. That's not working. Rainfall radar is not showing anything either because it's not working, or no, it is showing some stuff a long way away. So we're clear in our area. Rainfall forecast is not going to let me. There's no point going through that anyway, as it doesn't look like there'll be any chance today. Public forecast then showing sunny intervals, a little bit sunnier into the evening. Top temperature of about 21 degrees. And a steady breeze from the southwest, starting off quite light from the west and veering around, generally getting a bit further from the south, and into the afternoon increasing a little bit with gusts up to 20. So potentially a little bit of a crosswind later, given that we'll be on 2-7 as it's quite busy. So we will need to be a little bit careful of that. GFS showing 20-21 degrees today, a little bit warmer over towards London, cooler down into the West Country and similar up to the north. So we're probably in the best area as well as up to the north and maybe sort of into East Anglia, that sort of area. Dew points at around 12 to 14 in our area, slightly less to the north and generally about the same over most of the country. That's the view outside looking towards Lasham. The Lasham weather station itself is currently down, but looking quite nice. A few little cumulus starting to develop. We'll just give that a refresh. See if that works. Yeah, so a few little cumulus popping off, otherwise blue sky at the moment. Okay, Odium's forecast. It's at the moment. It's really not having it today. Well, we can see Farnborough's on here still. Fog. I'm not sure where they've got that from. Light breeze from the southwest and then becoming for the rest of the day few at 2,000 feet. I don't think it's particularly up to date. No, we'll go without that one because it's not really working. Oh, yeah, okay. They're not much used today. Okay, top meteor's potential flight distance is as shown, you see, reasonable in the Lasham area and up to the north into sort of Cambridgeshire direction. Quite clearly, no, not much good to the west. We'll run through thermals. At midday, 1,200 meters in the Lasham area. Going into the afternoon, 1,500 meters, so 4,500 feet. Notice it bluing out and cloud base reducing from the south. That'll be the sea breeze coming in. And we'll just look at the site forecast, see if we can pinpoint if the sea breeze gets here. So thermal strength, peaking at 3 knots at 1 o'clock, and then 2.5 knots. And it looks like it's reducing about 4 or 5 o'clock and dead by about 6 o'clock. If we look at usable height, generally staying around 4,500 feet in the afternoon. Sky sight then, you can see best area over London. Otherwise, we're in a reasonable area here, 400k or so. Quite good up to the north and definitely worse to the west. If we look at a point forecast for Lasham. Okay, so cloud base steadily increasing towards the afternoon. Thermal strength 2.5 to 3 knots at most into the afternoon. They're showing quite a lot of low cloud in the afternoon on here, and a little bit of high cloud cover moving in later. But showing thermals to be going above 2 knots until about 6 o'clock here. If we just pick somewhere up a little bit further north. Up towards Northampton, looking a little bit better. Thermal strength 4.5, 5 knots here. Cloud base looking a little bit higher, a bit less cloud. So according to SkySight, a little bit better up to the north. Okay, NOTAMs. We've got REACT today. That is the main one. They've had NOTAM to 31 here, restricted area with 3 nautical mile radius at Farnborough. That is mostly contained within their airspace anyway. So that itself won't bother us. But with the air show starting next week, please keep a good lookout for aircraft flying in. They may be on longer finals than normal and in Class G airspace, i.e. coming a bit close to Lasham than they normally do, not necessarily contained within their airspace. There may be some unusual aircraft for this area. Okay, REACT today. So this is effective all day. You can see it contains the Bry zone and then it extends further south. You see Sandhill Farm is contained within it, the northern edge of Swindon, Kemble, Aston Down. So quite a big area here. It looks like most people will be going north, probably to the east of this. So hopefully it won't be affecting you too much. If some people do fancy going west while it is good that way and sort of around the Bry zone, then you've got to go round it with quite a large berth today. So please make sure you're familiar with that if you're going in that direction. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. There is a restricted area temporary at Blenheim Palace, but that's not effective until till tomorrow, really. Until then, it's unmanned aircraft only, but there is going to be one tomorrow. Okay, it's going to be a standard setup today. Launch point on the runway. Winch cables will probably be offset with the southerly winds, so coming down here to the left-hand side or the southern side of the gliders. Let's try that again. Something like that. We will probably need corrections to the left on the winch launches, and that will increase throughout the day. Aerotows from the northern edge of the runway as normal. And we'll have a grid in the normal position halfway down the caravan park on the north side, please. Please make sure to have it 2 wingspans from the perimeter track. The other day we had it way too close. It was barely enough to squeeze a K21 through, and it's a little bit dangerous. If you have a wing drop, certainly with a southerly today, and you veer off to the right, the last thing you need to be is closer to the perimeter track than normal. Okay, for the club pilots, all 5 K21s are serviceable. We got 1 K13, 1 baby grob and all 3 discuses. No large aircraft movements today, but we have got 10:30 a PA31 arriving, and then another one doing a test flight and a departure, so potentially 4 light aircraft movements in total. Won't affect us too much as they'll just taxi down the runway, but just keep an extra good lookout for those because they do fly around quite a lot faster than we do. And we will have to pause launching for a couple of minutes as that happens. Please make sure you read the ground handling guidance before you come and use the club kit. That has sort of been improving, but still got a little way to go on that. And the simulator is semi-serviceable at the moment. We've got the rear seat out at the moment, but it is usable, but we're doing some work on it. Okay, it looks like a good day. I will see you out there. Bye for now.